Hi guys, my name's Bex, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm bringing to you the makeup book tag. So guys, today I'm bringing to you the makeup book tag, which is basically kind of putting two things together. Putting on makeup as well as books. So basically the makeup book tag is every step of your makeup you have a question to answer that obviously involves a book. So I'm going to be putting on my face for you guys today and answering some bookish questions at the same time. So let's get into it. The first step of our makeup routine today is primer. Now, I use the Napoleon Autopilot Pre-Foundation Primer. So we're gonna whack that on. And the question for this is pick a book that has left a lasting impression. And a book that left a lasting impression for me was The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. What really excited about this and what's reinvigorated my love for The Hunger Games is that Suzanne Collins is coming out with a prequel in 2020 to this series, and I'm so excited for it. If you have not been watching my videos since like the beginning, you might not know, but The Hunger Games is the book that got me back into reading. I had a massive break, not reading very much, and when I read The Hunger Games and watched the movie and then continued reading the books, that is what kind of reinvigorated my love of reading, and that is where all of this started again. Dystopians is kind of like my safe place. Like if I am in a reading slump, I will always go back to dystopians and get all the nostalgic feelings. I absolutely love it. So The Hunger Games is my answer for this question, even though I now have primer on my book. Number 2 is foundation. So for foundation, I wear Chanel Perfection Lumiere, and I am in the shade 12 Beige Rose. It is a smooth effect makeup and I absolutely adore it. So I have now wet my beauty blender and I will start putting on my makeup. And the question for foundation was pick your favorite first book in a series. Currently looks like I look like a ghost, but I promise you it is just the lighting. I'm sitting very close to my ring light, and I am choosing Red Rising by P.S. Brown. This is like a dystopian sci-fi. It is honestly one of my favorites. It is brutal, it is dark, but it's also a story about hope and a story about changing. So Darrow is the main character in this one, and he lives in a world where they are ranked in a color system. So golds are the top and reds are the bottom, and reds are basically like the slaves. They are mining underground to try to make Mars livable for the other colors. They are told they're doing something, you know, really good, really special, but they've been lied to, and the rest are kind of living in riches and stuff like that. So this is a story about Darrow fighting back and some of the reds fighting back and going in and infiltrating the golds. So adore this one. It is my absolute favorite first book in a series. It is everything I could want in a first book. It is brutal, it is bloody, it is gory, but it's also really emotional. I think in the first like 50 pages I like wanted to cry. So this one definitely fits the prompt for this one. Okay, the next one is concealer, and for concealer I use Bare Minerals Bare Skin Complete Coverage Serum Concealer in the shade Fair. Not like a massive fan of concealer. I feel like it doesn't really work that much for me. Yes, like it does get rid of the bags on the eyes, but I haven't found a concealer that I just loved just yet. I want to try out the Jeffree Star concealer. I've heard that the formula is incredible, but he's sold out like all the time, so that's fun. And yeah, so maybe one day I'll find a concealer that like works for me, but at the moment it's just like not. It's just not. Prompt for this is pick a character you wish you could get rid of. Oh, I already know who I'm going to pick for this one, and I'm pretty sure it won't come as a shock to any of you who I'm going to pick. And before this does anything, I'm quickly going to set my under eyes before they crease. I'm setting also with the Mecca Max Life Proof. And honestly just dabbing it onto my beauty blender and shoving it under my eyes. I crease under my eyes because I am not a spring chicken anymore, so I try to set that pretty much immediately. If any of you know me, you know I'm going to answer Lila Bard from A Darker Shade of Magic for pick a character you wish you could get rid of. I don't like her. I think she's important to the series, and yes, she grew on me as the series continued. However, she was arrogant, she didn't know what she was talking about, and she thought she did. She thought she knew better than everybody else, and I just didn't like her personality. So, the A Darker Shade of Magic trilogy, though, is amazing, so definitely recommend. It's about a guy named Kel who can travel through different Londons, and there are 4 different Londons: red London, white London, grey London, and black London. Shit goes down. Love this. So now that I've set my under eye, the next step is powder, and I use ambient lighting powder. This is the color Mood Light, so it's more of like a pink tinge to it. I like that it just gives a little bit of a pinkish glow, more than any other one I've found so far. The powder is pick your favorite last book in a series. Last book in a series. Keeping along with the trend of only picking black books, because my fingers are dirty, it's Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo would be my favorite last book in a series. This is the second book technically in a duology, but same thing. This is the Six of Crows trilogy, and Crooked Kingdom is incredible. Six of Crows follows like a heist. It follows some morally grey characters, and it was just pretty fantastic. It's set in the Grishaverse by Leigh Bardugo, and I absolutely love the Grishaverse. Adored diving into this one, and it was a lot darker and a lot better than the Shadow and Bone trilogy, and this book as a final book was fantastic. It gave me everything I wanted, and I was just gripped the whole time. So next up, now that my powder is down, it is eyebrows. I don't do my eyebrows normally at this spot, but you know what? We're just going to do what it tells us to do today. For my eyebrows, obviously they're very, very light. I get eyebrow henna done to make them a little bit darker, but I just use like a matte eyeshadow, which just kind of matches the color of my eyebrows. It is Copper Plate, so that's fun. And all I do is just take a little bit of that and shape the eyebrows and kind of fill in the eyebrows that is missing. Because basically my eyebrows only go to about halfway and then they like disappear. So that's fun. All I do is fill them in. I'm not crazy with the eyeshadow. It's like, you know, how you do that perfect line, and yeah, that's just not the way I roll. I don't have time for that. So pick a book that you think everybody should read. That's a hard one. I'm going to go with Scythe by Neil Shusterman. This is a utopian world where no one can die. They have the technology to bring you back. We don't have any diseases. And then the only way you can die is to be gleaned. So this one follows 2 scythe apprentices that don't want to be scythes, and they get taken in and kind of learnt how to kill people. Each scythe has a different way of doing it. Not only is it amazingly written, it has a lot of moral questions in here and moral dilemmas, and I think it was really, really important. And it kind of made you look at things a little bit differently. So I adored this one. I think everyone should read it. And yeah, so Scythe by Neil Shusterman. Number 6 is Eyeshadow. Pick a book that has your favorite colors on the cover. So for this one, I'm picking a book that I haven't read, and that is Final Girls by Riley Sager. I love that vibrant pink. Like, I love that vibrant pink. And basically this is a book about final girls who they've somehow escaped from serial killers, but then one of them dies under mysterious circumstances and the other 2 kind of freak out. So that's the story about this one. It's like not a normal book that I would go for, but I'm really, really intrigued. So it's thriller genre and a horror, and that's not really my thing, but I want to give it a go anyway. Eyeshadow, this is obviously going to take a long time to do, so let's just dive into it. For my eyeshadow today, I was going to go a little bit out there and do something that I've had a picture of on my phone for a long time, which is kind of this yellow moment up the top and then blue underneath. What I'm going to be using today is my James Charles X Morphe palette. James Charles is a makeup YouTuber. He's got a lot of drama kind of surrounding him currently, which is interesting. So first up, I'm setting down with the color canvas, which is kind of just to start the canvas, if you will, and kind of get everything sitting the way it should against the eye. What I am doing today is going crazy with a color, which I don't do normally. You will have seen in my last couple of videos that I did go crazy with colors, and that is like the first time that I've kind of just experimented with them and seen how it went. So today we're gonna have another one of those days. So I'm going to be using the yellow from the James Charles palette, which is really freaking pigmented. That's apparently good. I'm just going to start on the outer corner and kind of get that level there, and then pack it in, coming all the way across. Is this going to work? I got no idea. Am I going to just end up looking a little bit silly? maybe. All of that was done with the James Charles palette, and the setting spray is the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist, which I am living for at the moment, and it also smells really, really good. Is eyeliner. Pick a dark and mysterious book. So I don't like eyeliner. I've been working on my winged eyeliner, but I'm not going to do that today because I don't want to stuff up my whole look. What I normally do for eyeliner is get this little brush here. It's kind of thin and whatnot, and I dip into any black eyeshadow and just kind of set it on top a little bit. And the question for eyeliner was pick a dark and mysterious book. This one I'm going with Into the Drowning Deep by Myra Grant. Now, I saw recommendations on this one from Julie from Pages and Pens, and I love her. So I got this one and I absolutely adored it. It is 100% dark, it is 100% mysterious. So the book follows 7 years ago where a ship went missing. So it went to visit the Mariana Trench and it was going to do a mockumentary on mermaids. And next minute, the footage that comes back looks horrifying of these creatures. One of our main characters in this one, sister, was on that ship and went missing. So 7 years later, this company sends people back to see what really, really happened. They were supposed to be more equipped and things like that. And this kind of follows them, and it's horrifying, and it's scary, and it's fantastic. I really, really liked the way this one was told, and I just think the writing of Myra Grant, who is Shauna Maguire, is phenomenal, and she scared me shitless. I couldn't read this one at night. Absolutely, it was crazy, but loved this so much, and it was definitely dark and mysterious. For mascara, I use Lancome Hypnose Drama. Hopefully the eyelashes decide that they would like to curl today. So this one is pick a long book, and I've got one right behind me somewhere. You want long book? I give you long book. It is The Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. I have not read this book, but as you can see, a big one. 800 pages long, and it is about a world divided, a kingdom without an heir, an ancient enemy awakens. I believe this could have been split up into multiple books, but the author just wanted to give you one standalone. So this one, a big one. And kind of matches my eyes today, so that's nice. Next, we have blush. Now, I do my blush a lot earlier, so I find it very strange that it's this late in the process. I just use my Clinique Cheek Pop Blush Pop in the colour Peach. So the prompt for blush is pick a book that had a cringe-worthy romance. And I don't read a lot of romance books because it's just not for me. And I feel like I do have a book for this, and I can't remember what it is because, like, I just remember reading something and going, you know, there's some cringe-worthy shit going on if you have to go while reading. I'm gonna go with Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Riggs. I believe there are a few cringe-worthy romances in here with a girl and someone's granddad. I don't know, I haven't read it in a while, but I'm pretty sure it was cringeworthy, so that one. The reason I'm not telling you about it is because I don't like it. Highlighter, pick up. Where's the bloody... There is absolutely no bronzer in this list, and I don't understand. Highlighter, pick a book that brightened your day. For highlighter, I use Chanel. I use the highlighting powder in color Ivory Gold. It is this gorgeous color. Okay, got the highlighting done, glowing. Love that. See, you can see the glow there. What I do now is I go into my James Charles palette, this one here, which I use frequently to blend blush to my highlighter. It's just really good in the middle of those two. Pick a book that brightened your day. I'm going to pick one that's really close to me. And I'm going to choose Autobiography by Christina Lauren. This is a contemporary book about a boy who moves from California into a kind of Mormon town in Utah. And in California, he was out, he is bisexual, but when he moves to Utah, he has to go back into the closet because of the Mormon kind of society there. He is convinced to go into a writing class where for the last semester they write a book and meets a guy named Sebastian. And Sebastian is like the preacher's son. He might be in love with Sebastian, so there's that. This is beautiful. It is a story that lit up my life, but it was also very, very heartbreaking. So it's a little bit of both. It gives you the lightness that you need, but it is also like a little bit devastating. So love that. Next is lipstick. What is your favorite book kiss? Oh, yuck. So normally I go in with pencil to do my lips, but it went missing. So I'm not going to go crazy on the lips because I went a little bit cray-cray on the eyes. So I'm just going a neutral. This is MAC. Open Presents. So it's just like a more like peachy nude, which I adore. So using that, And then I go in with MAC over the top as well. This is Holiday Miracle Lip Gloss, which kind of gives that shine that everybody needs. So, challenge for lipstick is favorite book kiss. Do I need to say more? You know what chapter I'm talking about. There's so many kisses to pick from. Favorite and recent, just for life. And that is it, guys. That is the makeup book tag. That is it for me today, guys. That is the makeup book tag, and I hope you enjoyed me going a little bit out there with my colors and bringing you a makeup look, but also bringing you some recommendations on some books. If you liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you'd like to see more and have not already, and chat to me down in the comments. Let me know a book for you that left a lasting impression, and I would love to know what is some of your makeup routine and what are some of your favorite makeup products. All the products that I use today are my favorites and that I use constantly, so I would definitely love to know yours. But that is it for me today, guys. I make videos every Monday and Thursday, and I'll see you in a new one. Bye!